Hello and welcome back to ARAH, the G.I. Joe Real American Hero Costume Club YouTube channel. I am your host. I am your founder, Wild Bill Hardy. We have finished up Article 5 elections. We are now on Article 6, Code of Conduct. And I just tried to film this as all one video and it was damn near 20 minutes, so I'm going to break it up. So I'm going to go through the introduction and I'm going to go through the 3 R's. And then in the next video, I'm going to do the do's and don'ts and wrap it up. So I'm trying to pare this down. So since it was almost 20 minutes, I'm hoping that I can do these like 8-9 minutes. Hopefully, we'll see. We're going to go from there. So without further ado, every club has a need for rules, and G.I. Joe Real American Hero Costume Club is no different. The charter isn't meant to restrict members from doing as they wish, so much as it is meant to be a proper set of guidelines. Excuse me, that just goes without saying. I'm not trying to be a dictator. I'm not trying to hit you with, endless regulations and regulate everything under the sun. But I have to have something in place to keep us in check so that we don't piss off the powers that be. And my job is to keep this club going, and I have to have a set of rules in place so that we don't ever get shut down. So it's simple as that. Adhere to the rules. You adhering to the rules is ensuring that we remain viable and we stay in existence. So your cooperation is needed. And that's not just for you official members. This is for you guests as well. If you are a guest from another club, or you're just a guest on you're just a Facebook page member, an unofficial member. These rules apply to you too, while in our house, while on our Facebook page, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So there are some set of rules that are in place and will be followed without fail. I mean, if you don't, you're gone. It's that serious. Okay. As the public sees us as representatives of the G.I. Joe intellectual property, which is owned by Hasbro, club members have a responsibility to conduct themselves in a positive and professional manner at all times. Okay. And what I mean by that is anytime you are in kit, anytime you are wearing apparel that identifies you as a member of this club, or somehow links you to the franchise. You could be wearing another club's apparel. Well, now you are representing them, to the public. Because the public doesn't know one way or the other. The public doesn't know, like, say, for instance, if you were a guest of the club and you managed to get some swag that was authorized for unofficial members. Like, for instance, we have a club patch that's silver bordered. Okay. It basically looks just like this, only there's a silver border around it. That's for unofficial members, right? If you're wearing that patch on some apparel there and you're out in the public, guess what? You are inadvertently representing wind. You are inadvertently representing this club, and your actions in public are reflective of this club. So, like, I guess if you don't want to represent this club, then I would suggest not wearing apparel that directly links you to us. And I would say that is just good policy, good practice to have, regardless of what club you belong to. Whether it's a Star Wars club, or it's a G.I. Joe club, or it's a Aliens club, or Ghostbusters, or V, or there's so many different types of genres out there. It's just good practice to, like, what if you are wearing something that identifies you with that organization, then represent yourself well and do the right thing and be positive and professional. Okay, so I've always said that the number one rule in this club is to have fun, right? We're not about being Stitch Nazis. We're not about being overbearing towards each other, or, you know, saying I'm better than you because I spent $3,000 on my costume. There have been Star Wars costumers that have done that in the past. The earlier Boba Fett's especially would spend like $3,000 on their kit, and then they would say that if you didn't spend $3,000, then like you didn't do it right. That was like years and years and years ago. But that's the thing, is like, I'm not going to have that here, right? We are a community. We are a village. We lift each other up. We build each other up. We encourage each other. We don't tear each other down, right? So, and that's going to go into the 3 R's. All members, whether you're an unofficial member or you're an official member, you're a guest, you're, you know, everybody. If you are in our house, if you are on our website when we have it built, or you are on our Facebook page or any other social media outlet that is directly tied and linked to our club, I expect every one of you who signs into that to observe the 3 R's. And that is, have respect for the franchise, have respect for each other, and have respect for the fan base. And that goes without saying, right? If you're not respecting that franchise can come back and say, get lost, right? Anyone who like goes out of their way to, you know, like earn the ire of Hasbro, right? Hasbro can shut us down at any time because we're playing in their world. We're playing with their intellectual property. They could tell us to cease and desist and shut down at any time. So let's not give them a reason to say that, to do that, right? So let's not piss them off, right? So have respect for that franchise. I do absolutely expect each and every one of us to have respect for each other, right? Look, I'm not telling you have to get along in the sense that you have to like each other, but you do have to get along. You do have to be civil. You know, treat each other with the same level of respect that you would want to have for yourself. And if you're some cretin that, you know, doesn't care how someone treats you, fine. Then treat everyone around you as you would want your elderly grandmother to be treated, right? With dignity and respect. And if you're still a cretin that doesn't care about such things, then maybe this is not the place for you, right? Because I'm not going to deal with just mean-spirited people being mean-spirited for the sake of being mean-spirited. There's a reason why I don't talk to my brother. I mean, he is one of those kind of people. So with that said, you know, respect each other, right? At the bare bones, if you can't get along, then agree to disagree and just ignore each other, right? But absolutely do not disrespect this franchise. Do not disrespect each other. And here's the 3rd R, respect the fan base, right? It's important to respect them too, right? Why? Because they're fellow fans just like you, right? And it goes back to respecting each other. Also, if you are in a convention and you have a booth and you're, you know, having a presentation or whatever, you know, that fan base paid money to get into that convention. And it's a good possibility they paid good money to come into that convention to see your presentation. So give them the respect that they are due. It's not that difficult to be respectful. We live in a day and age where it's almost like society thinks that respect is subjective, and it's not, or it shouldn't be. So I'm really big on respect. So I'm going to wrap up this video now with the first, that's the first half of the code of conduct, and because I'm right at there. So we're going to stop now, and then in the next video, we're going to go with like the do's and don'ts, and then some final thoughts on code of conduct. It's really simple. It's, you know, this code of conduct, the Article 6 code of conduct is actually pretty short, because when I originally wrote it, well, you got to remember the charter was like 36 pages, and now it's 20. I pared a lot of stuff down. I took out a lot of the examples that I had. You know, I was very wordy, so as you can tell. But for now, here is part 1 concluded of code of conduct. So, Yojo, Cobra, knowing is half the battle, and I will talk to you soon in the next video. Okay? Bye.